Hello everyone. We are going to discuss the cement chapter of concrete technology. Our subject code is 22305. Okay, and topics included about cement and its constituents. This is the mark distribution of concrete technology. So, theory goes to 70 marks and the progressive assessment for 30 marks. Progressive assessment, it is the aggregate of both unit test. Okay, and then practical going to be 25 marks. Progressive assessment for 25 marks. This is the chapters of concrete technology. There are 6 chapters. The namely, first is cement for 6 marks. The second chapter is aggregate for 10 marks. And third one is concrete for 14 marks. Next one is concrete mix design and testing of concrete for 16 marks, quality control of concrete for 14 marks, chemical admixtures in concrete, special concrete and extreme weather concreting for 10 marks. So total is 70 marks. Now the learning objective. What is the objective behind the cement chapter? Let's see. The first objective is to learn about cement. The cement is the binding agent. To understand the properties of cement, there are different properties of cements we should understand before the use. To judge the properties of cement before the use. So, cement is usable or not. To learn about different types of cement and their uses. There are different types of cements available in the market for different situations. Courses outcome. Students can understand after that chapter. Identify the cement and their relevant use. Justify the need of given chemical constituent for given type of OPC. OPC means ordinary Portland cement. We should use OPC word instead of cement. Hold the lecture. Practical use of given types of cement for given conditions. What are the practical uses of cement for different conditions? Different method to judge the quality of given type of cement. How to qualify the cement? What type of this test conducted for determining the properties of cement? Let's The contents of this chapter is about cement, chemical constituent of ordinary Portland cement, bogus compound and their properties, physical properties of ordinary Portland cement such as fineness of cement, setting time of cement, compressive strength and the soundness of cement. These are the properties going to be discussed. Different grade of cements. There are different type of grades of cements. Testing of ordinary Portland cement, field test and laboratory test. Field test means the test conducted in on a site, and the laboratory test, the test is conducted on the laboratory. Okay. Then storage of cement. What types of precautions we should take for storage of cement? Types of cement. There are different types of cements and special cements and different types of special cements. Let's see the cement topic. We all know the cement is the material for preparing the concrete which is used for constructing any structures like buildings, dams, roads, etc. Scientifically, cement is defined as the substance that acts as the binding agent in the concrete. It binds all the ingredients present in the concrete. So basically, which type of the ingredients present in concrete? It is fine aggregates, it means sand, coarse aggregates, water and the cement. So cement is useful for to prepare a paste and binding all the ingredients in the concrete. This is the picture of cement. Let's see the history of cement. Throughout history, cementing materials have played a vital role and were used widely in the ancient world. The invention of Portland cement found by the Joseph Aspdin in England in 1824. It means ordinary Portland cement. This name derived from its similarity to Portland stone in the Britain. There is a Portland stones are found in the Britain which is similar to the Portland cement. This is the history of cement. Now, function of cement. When cement is mixed with water, it forms a paste which hardens and binds all the ingredients. Ingredients means sand and gravel, fine aggregates and the coarse aggregates together to form a hard, durable mass called concrete. So the cement is one of the important ingredient of concrete. So this is the main function of the cement to bind all the ingredients together. The chemical constituent of OPC. The main basically the raw materials used for manufacturing of cement consist mainly silica, lime, alumina, iron oxide and sulfur dioxide and other alkalis are present but in very small proportion. So these are the main chemical constituents are silica, lime, alumina, iron oxide and the sulfur dioxide. These raw materials are ultimately mixed and burned at a temperature of about 1400 degrees Celsius in a kiln form a cylinder, which are complex chemical compounds. This is the procedure of making the cement. So, chemical constituents of cement it is a silica, lime, alumina, iron oxide, and sulfur dioxide. Let's see the manufacturing process of cement. The making of cement, let's see, the calcareous material such as lime and argillaceous materials such as clay are the raw materials for the manufacturing of cement. So this is the process of manufacturing of cement. The grinding of raw materials. Raw materials means silica, lime, etc. It is a grinding, mixing them intimately in certain proportion. There are some proportion and mix with them. Then burning them in a kiln at a temperature about 1300 degrees Celsius to 1500 degrees Celsius. After the burning, the materials sinters and fuses to form nodular shaped clinker. Clinker means it is a circular balls. These clinkers, these circular balls is cooled and ground to fine powder with adding 2% of gypsum. The product formed by using this procedure is called Portland cement. This process of two types. There are two processes of manufacturing of cement. There are dry process and the second is the wet process. Look at dry process. In that process, raw materials like limestone and clay are crushed dry without any water molecule. That materials are mixed in correct proportion into a grinding mill, where the materials are dried, reduced to very fine powder, it called raw mills. That raw mill further blended by compressor about 1 hour. In granulator, it means rotating disc, these raw mills and 12% water is added and mixed properly. So then make a pellets like a ball and then converted into a clinker. This is the dry process. It is the wet process. This is the flow diagram of wet process. Let's see. The clay and water mix and go to the wash mill. Okay, then limestone going to be crushed and then mix in storage basin. They ultimately mix in the wet grinding mill to make slurry. These both products are mixed in grinding mill. Then further goes to blending to form a slurry to correct composition. After that, storage of correct slurry. Then going to be powder coal, oil or gas and correct slurry fed to rotary kiln. And then slurry become converted into clinker. This is the wet process of the cement. After that, in that clinker, we are adding 2 to 3% of gypsum to ground in ball mill. Then clinker comes to the ball mill and plus adding to the 2% gypsum. Then converted into cement silos. Then going to be packing plant. Okay, this is the wet process of the making of cement. Let's see the chemical ingredients of cement. These are the 4 to 5 chemical ingredients are mainly important for. First is lime, silica, alumina, iron oxide, gypsum, it means calcium sulfate, and the magnesium oxide. This is the abbreviation and percentage of that chemical ingredients in the cement. Lime is 60 to 67%, it is the highest among other. Then second is silica, which are present in 17 to 25%. Then alumina 3 to 8% present in cement. Then gypsum, it means calcium sulfate or 3 to 4%. And the iron oxide 0.5 to 0.6%. It is very less quantity. Then magnesium oxide 0.1 to 4%. Okay, then sulfur trioxide 1 to 3%, and the alkalis like soda and the potash, which is a alkalis present in cement 0.1 to 1%. This is all ingredients, chemical ingredients present in the cement in appropriate proportion. Let's see the Bogius compound. Bogie is the scientist. The raw materials when subjected to high temperature. Raw materials means lime, silica, alumina, etc. It is the raw materials when subjected to high temperature combine with each other to form a complex compound. When they get temperature, when they subjected to high temperature, it will be combine each other and form a complex compound. The four compounds usually regarded as a major compounds as listed below. After that, we get four major compounds. These compounds are in unhydrated state. Unhydrated state means without any water molecules in their chemical composition. The proportion of the below stated Bogius compound vary in various types of cement. Let's see the four these Bogius compounds and its formula, its abbreviation and percentage in the cement. The first one is a dicalcium silicate. Dicalcium silicate, its formula, its abbreviation and its percentage 12% to 45%. Okay. Tricalcium silicate, its formula and its abbreviation and its percentage is 25 to 50%. And third one is a tricalcium aluminate, its a formula, abbreviation and percentage is 5 to 11%. Fourth one is tetracalcium alumina ferrate. Its abbreviation and range is 9 to 14%. Okay, these are the four bogus compounds. Its abbreviation and range. Mainly important is its a name, its a abbreviation, and its a range. The next topic is physical properties of the compounds. What type of the physical properties of that compounds? Let's see the tricalcium silicate. It is the first compound and let's see its properties. It is responsible for strength acquired during the first 7 days, mostly due to hydration of tricalcium silicates. When tricalcium silicates is reacted with water, so due to it is responsible for strength acquired during the first 7 days. The first 7 days strength is mostly due to the tricalcium silicates, which react with the water. Okay, then second is dicalcium silicate. The strength of concrete after 7 days due to mostly the hydration of dicalcium silicate. So after the 7 days, the strength achieved due to dicalcium silicates which react with the water. It means hydration of dicalcium silicate. Third one is a tetracalcium alumina ferrate. This is the first compound which starts hydration and is responsible for early setting of the cement. So tetracalcium alumina ferrate is mainly responsible for the early setting time of the cement. The second and last one is a tricalcium aluminate. The hydration of tricalcium aluminate do not contribute any strength of concrete. It is only responsible for the setting of the cement. Okay, these are the four compounds of the cement and its properties. It's done. The references books for the concrete technology mainly are four. The Gambhir ML and second one is Sethi MS and Shantakumar AR and Nebular AM. This is the four books recommended by university. This is the websites which are topics related to the civil engineer. Okay, thank you.